Hello, welcome to Mama Sue's Kitchen. Today I'm going to do something that I have not done before, but you're going to come along with me while I try to do it. Do you remember a few weeks back I posted, showed you my blueberry bushes out in my backyard? I showed you on Home with Mama Sue. Well, during that video, one of you commented that I should make dandelion jelly out of the dandelions in my yard. And I thought, I wonder how you do that. So, you know, you can find almost any recipe on Pinterest. So I started searching and it told me what to do. And the other day, I picked some dandelions, and you're supposed to have 4 cups of dandelions, so that would have been this container full of dandelions. Then you have to take the little yellow petals off of the green stem with the leaves around it. That was pretty time consuming, but I meant I was going to do it. Then, of course, I rinsed the petals, and then I boiled 4 cups of water, put the petals in this quart mason jar, and then I have let it sit for 36 hours on my counter, and I would turn it every time I would walk by. Now what I'm going to do is I've already opened it up, and I have a mesh strainer, and I'm just going to pour that in there. I think if I turn this light on, it may bother you, but I think I need it. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mash this real good and get all the juice out. It has a pretty yellow color. Now I do see 1 or 2 of these little stems, and I'd like to get that out. I'll tell you what, let me dump this. I'm gonna get another boiler, and I'm gonna strain this juice one more time. I don't have much, but I don't want any. Okay, let me rinse this to be sure. Yes, there's not any in there now. All right. Now, I'm taking 1 box of the fruit pectin, which is Sure Gel, and I'm going to put that in this juice. I'm going to turn my stove on, and I'm just going to bring that to a boil. The recipes and what I have read tells me that this is going to taste similar to honey with a sort of a citrusy hint. So I'm anxious to see. And y'all, it says that it is very good for you. Let me get me a dishcloth to get this up. I know that it's very easy to do. So I'm thinking, other than having to pull all those petals off, and of course I just sat in my chair and did it. According to, I have a book on home backyard remedies and everything, and dandelion from the flower to the leaves and even the root. There's different things about it that are very healthy. So I know it's not going to hurt us. My daughter Amy said, I don't know that I don't want anything that's a flower. And I just laughed and I said, well, I think it's going to be good. But when this comes to a boil, I have measured out 3.5 cups of sugar. And I'll put that in there, bring it back to a boil, and put 1 minute on my timer. It'll boil 1 minute. Then I'm going to have to scoop out. It'll have foam on top. I'll scoop that out. And then I'm going to put it in the jars and seal it. Now, it says to water bath it. If you're not going to eat it right away, to put it in a water bath canner and let it water bath for about 10 minutes. So, I don't think you need to see me do that because you've seen me water bath things before. That's just where you put it in a canner, cover the jars with lids on it with water. Have water over it, bring it to a boil for about 10 minutes. And that makes sure that it seals real good. Okay. I started to turn this off and start it again because I sure didn't want to waste your time. But it's not going to take very long. There's one little flower petal. But I think it's going to have a pretty yellow color. And everybody says it's really good on buttered biscuits. So, I'm going to try it. It's almost to a boil. I have my jelly jars in the oven on 200 degrees, getting them warm. But you could either make 3 pints, which in jelly, I'd rather have half pints, the jelly jars, because I may want to change and have a different kind of jelly occasionally, you know. And if you've got a pint, unless you're going to have a lot of people eating, it would take a while to eat that. Okay. Probably 1 minute. It's been a beautiful day today. Cold weather at night. Gonna have a freeze one night, but then it'll warm back up. I think we're not gonna have any extended cold weather. And buddy, I'm so ready for spring. The pollen here at my house it's popping out. The car and the truck, you can see the yellow on it. Okay. Okay, now I'm going to 3.5 cups of sugar. And then that's going to have to come back to a boil. And when it does, then we're going to set the timer for 1 minute. You know, Denise and Carla from South Alabama Cooking, they do a lot of picking in the wild, like blueberries and blackberries and things like that. And I think that's good that we do live off of the land. I know that our parents did. A lot healthier. We don't want all that preservatives in everything that we eat. I've turned this back on. We have 30 more seconds of it to boil. I don't know that you can see over in here, but it is a rolling boil. And when I turn it off, what foam is on top, I'm going to scoop off and put it in this bowl where the sugar was. And then we'll ladle it into our jars. Okay, let me turn that off. I'll set it off. Ladle this foam off. There's not, you know, once you just get the top off, just the foam. Sure that I get it. You want to get this off with a metal spoon. It's easier. You know, when you can tomatoes, you have to get foam off too. Just about to get it off. One more. Okay. Now, I have a cloth. Now you can see. Get one of these jelly jars. This on it. How clear and a light yellow. Isn't that pretty? Have my jar lids. And my rings. Can you see how pretty that is? Wow. I think that is so pretty and clear. Amy, you came in just in time. I'm ladling up this jelly you said you weren't going to eat.
It's like eating grass water.
Hey, do you eat turnip greens?
I do and love them.
That's like eating grass, isn't it?
They're good though.
Well, you hadn't tried this. Make sure. Okay. Okay, y'all. I'm not going to keep you while I'm doing all this, but that's what they look like. And when it cools, it'll be jelly. Isn't that beautiful? I just wanted to bring you along with us, and just remember, you can use whatever you find. If you've got dandelions, that's the little yellow flowers that's popping up in your yard. You can go on Pinterest, or I'll have this on my website, MamaSueSouthernKitchen.com. Thank you for joining me. Be salt and light, and I'll be back.